skin. This one's really hydrating, but it's more of a gel. This might be a little bit cold. And then for layers, I'm just going to even out the skin. Just mainly in this centre area here. Just make it look very, very natural. You feel that soaking in. And I like gels because it will still hydrate, but it just leaves a really nice, a little bit of a tacky base then for when I pop Liz's foundation on. Okay. And then just to counteract, normally Liz is a little bit darker in the summer, but also due to sort of a little bit of the redness in the centre of the skin, this is just a really nice hydrating base, quite a light, it's like a tinted formula. Just blending it out with my fingers and then just pressing. Gives a little bit of coverage there. You can see it just balances out any of the redness, just making sure the nose area as well, just pressing in, working that into the skin, and then the same this side. Just really with that gel on the skin, just gives a really nice natural finish. And then I'll just go into sort of key areas and can see here, and then I can always add just a little bit more in that area. And like, so I'll go in just with a small amount, just work that in. So any excess I've got, I'm just going to add underneath the cup. And then you can always go back in after, that's what on the eyes, and then I like to just, with a buffing brush, just go into those areas where I can see it just needs blending a little bit more, and then really pressing that in, same on that side. And then for the brows, just working a little bit of product in, smoothing that out, same that side. Just a cream product on the base of them if you're closed, and just tapping that in, same this side, working that in. It's got a little bit of a softer smoky look. Just kind of an everyday, just working that along the lash line, because it's a cream product. It's got a little bit of sheen in there, but not too much. And then it just gives that soft kind of smoky. Lovely if you open from Liz. Perfect. And I do think Liz really suits that sort of eye look. And then I can always go in along to the lash line if you close for me, and you can add just a little bit more of that just for extra definition, just along that lash line. So yeah, and if you look up from this, and then just working just like to almost create that bit of shading underneath, but just still have it quite soft, so it looks natural. Look down for me, please. And this is like a really nice tubing mascara. So we'll just coat the lashes, but it will be smudge proof and get right to the roots there. So it will be a smudge proof and it just will coat the lashes quite nicely. Look down for me. Like comb it through, and they're a lot easier than waterproof mascaras to remove. You can almost like peel them off your lashes. Just take them off with your normal cleanser. So it just gives extra definition. And then I love going in with a bit of a cream blush and then layering over a powder brush or a powder. I like going with a cream blush, which is this really nice soft pink. And then I love sandwiching in the powder over the top so that you've got a little bit of that cream set in place. So I would go with a similar colour. So this one's really nice. This is like my go-to, that sort of shade. Just work that in, pressing that in. So it just gives just a really lovely 2 everyday sort of fresh look to the skin. And then let's go in. I'm going to use a bit of a for Liz because of her skin tone. Just going to set it just in place. Just work just where she's got a little bit of sheen. Work that in. Pressing that in. And then I can always go back in, and certainly if you're doing this as just a very quick everyday makeup, I would maybe go in with a bit of extra concealer. Feels quite nice. I'm working that in. So you could go in with something a little bit brighter underneath. I'd like to sort of balance the whole face out a little bit. So I would just add just a touch here, just work that in, and then you can go in and set that a little bit powder, just blending that out with the other side of the brush, just pressing that, and then tapping, same this side, working that in. And then I would just go into those areas if I see sort of there's a little bit of redness anywhere, I would just go back in. And then for the lips, I'm probably going to go fairly natural, I think, this for you. So similar colour that I've used on the cheeks, and then I might go in with just a little bit of like gloss over the top of that, which is always go in. So just working that colour because I just wanted this to look really natural. You don't have to overthink sort of a quick and easy makeup. Just going to pop a little bit on here. So if you brush your lips together, brilliant. And I know that probably looks quite natural on camera and quite muted, but I'm going to go in just to give a little bit of sheen over the top, a little bit of gloss. And then if you do feel that you just want more of a pop of colour, I do like going in with my fingers, but obviously my fingers are clean. But I just press that in. If you press, perfect. And then it's then going in with a bit of a brighter tone. And sometimes I like just to go in, show you. I'd like to just go in like with even like a pop of red, because it just, if you relax your lips for me, and then I'll just brighten that up, and you can do that just quite easily, just levels up the lip. Perfect. And that just gives a really nice, quick, easy makeup for every day. And then you could go with a bit more powder. And I think it's just all about that quickness of the base. So starting off, freshening the skin up, going in with a really nice gel primer, and then going with more of it into like hydrating foundation on the skin, just really focusing on the areas where you feel if you've got a little bit of high colour, discoloration, just to even out the skin, and then it just still looks quite natural, and then working in a little bit of concealer, and then just a really nice, quick, easy cream eyeshadow, bit of tubing mascara, and then a really nice natural blush and natural, and I've used 3 colours, but it's just to give a little bit of sheen as well with the gloss.